Hello everybody, I'll just wait for some people to log in. This is my first Facebook Live. Actually, it's my second because a minute ago when I was meant to start, I pressed go live and it suddenly just froze and said broadcasting issue. So I had to cancel my live and start again. I think I should wait maybe just one more minute for people to join. If you are there, I don't know if there's a chat here. If you are live with me, I'd love you to say hello. I'm sure then the chat would just come. Just wait for some people to come. Okay. Hello. Nawala. Welcome. Okay, it's 11:02. I think I should start. So I think because it is a weekday and everybody's back at work, most of you will catch the replay. So hello everybody, my name is Phoebe and I'm a success, confidence and lifestyle management coach. I started my business a few years ago, working with celebrities and models and high profile entrepreneurs, and then over time I realized that actually my true passion is helping ambitious and high achieving individuals, so people like you and me. I like to help them to create lasting confidence, sustainable success, and a lifestyle that feels authentic and fulfilling. Like my tagline is shine authentically from within. So we work on, because obviously I started with celebrities who are all, shiny, walking red carpets, and it's all, they look confident, but a lot of them are very much not. So I want them to shine. I wanted them to shine authentically from within. And then that same principle I've now moved to everybody that I work with. So what I do in my coaching is it's not just about strategy or surface level change. It's actually about helping people to manage their mindset. That's why I was really happy to be here today. Their habits, I love working on habits, and their energy. So I guide clients through building powerful routines, breaking free of people-pleasing and self-sabotage. People-pleasing was something that came up with 99% of people, so I sort of honed in on that, and I even made a digital download that people can buy and they can work on the stuff by themselves. For example, if they can't afford a coach or they don't want to work with a person, they like to do things themselves. So basically then I'm helping them to learn how to live and work in alignment with their goals. And that's why I love being part of spaces like this, because mindset truly is everything. And it's a pleasure for me to come and talk to you today about mindset. A little bit about my Herbalife journey. Where should I start? Okay, so I actually used Herbalife when I was in university quite a while ago. And then this year I had been traveling for over a month and a half. I was in Europe and I was in Dubai, and I had some personal aesthetic goals for August that I wanted to work on when I came back from all my traveling around. I was gone for about a month and a half, almost 2 months. And then I kept seeing Coach Tracy stories about the 5-day challenge, and then I thought, well, why not? I mean, I wasn't a quick sell. I quizzed her a little bit, I asked a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and because usually I'm the one coaching other people and helping them to get to their goals, including weight. It's something that I work on quite a lot as a goal is weight loss with men and women. So it felt a little bit strange, like to hand over that control, if I must be totally honest. But Tracy was incredible. She was amazing. She was so kind. And I thought that, you know what, this will be the perfect reset for me after all my traveling. And when I was in university and I took the shake, I really loved it. And then I just sort of stopped taking it. I don't know why. Oh, I started to travel. I've worked overseas most of my adult life. I think that's why, and you just sort of forget about these things when you're in new environments. So what happened was then I joined a 5-day challenge, and then another, and then another. And I got really inspired, not only by my own results from my very first 5 days, but by the energy in the groups. And I saw people were taking ownership of their health. They were learning about nutrition, something I've loved since school. In fact, at school, some of the girls used to call me the dietitian because I used to help boarders. I was at a school that had boarders and day girls. to make better, healthier choices, because obviously they're not in control of what they're eating, because the kitchen is giving them food, and they'd come and they'd say, "Oh, Fee, we heard that you can help us lose weight or help us be healthy." So since school, I've just loved health, nutrition, helping people. So this was really exciting for me to be in a group with people who wanted to make a change or had made a change, people that were transforming their lives, basically. And it reminded me that food is the foundation of everything. You truly are what you eat. And that, sorry, I'm sitting on the ground, so I like to sit on the ground and feel grounded, really. And suddenly my foot got a little itchy. I thought an ant was walking on it. Okay, what was I saying? I was saying about how I came to Herbalife. Transformations. Oh yeah, so then I realized how powerful this particular thing that I was doing could be for my own clients too, because even something as simple as just adding a shake, just as a baby step, that actually builds momentum. So I thought, you know what, this 5-day challenge or 30-day challenge for me, because I just kept staying. It's not just a challenge, it's actually a movement, because the first one was for myself. Then I stayed because I liked it, but I'm also a people watcher, and I'm an observer, and obviously as a coach, I came in sort of wanting to just watch people. What are they saying? What are they doing? What are they changing? How are they enjoying these habits? And I was sold. It's an actual movement. It's not just let's build a few healthy habits for 5 days. And it's really beautiful to see how people have changed their lives, even just starting with a 5-day challenge like me. So then I thought, okay, I'll become a Herbalife distributor just to see where it might go. And I chose the distributor route, I'll be perfectly honest, because I wanted a bigger discount. So then I thought, I get a bigger discount, and there's also an opportunity for me to grow. But I thought, you know what, Phoebe, don't just dive right in. Like, I tend to get very excited when something is new. Just build it organically, let it flow. Don't let it pull you from your main business, which often happens when there's another new project or somebody asks me to collaborate. Then I tend to shift there, and my own beautiful business goes to the back seat. And it's flowing so beautifully and so nicely, and it's making me so happy. And then came the 21-day challenge, and I'd newly signed up, so I thought, you know what, this is a great place for me to start. This is a great place for me to try and see how I like it as a distributor. How can I help other people? Let me just invite a few people. And before I knew it, I'd filled my card. The process of reaching out and inviting others and hearing their excitement, even people I didn't really know, like we were just in common WhatsApp groups, it really inspired me. It made me very happy. Even though the challenge hadn't begun, I thought, wow, I get to walk along someone who wants to make a change and be there and support them whilst they change their habits and start eating nicely. What could be better? And I feel so honored to walk alongside everybody, and also alongside you, because I guess everyone in this group is part of the same thing. What I really love is that Herbalife isn't just about products, it's about community. And I know that there's a lot of nonsense out there and negative press, you could say, about Herbalife, but my experience hasn't been that at all. I think back in the day there were a few very pushy people, but none of these ladies are like that at all. Everybody is supportive and kind and wonderful, and even distributor to distributor, I sign somebody new or my client has a win, all these ladies are celebrating me. So it's very beautiful to see, like, we're not in competition with each other. We're all there to grow one thing in our own way, but together, separately, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's about community, it's about accountability, it's about support. And I've even heard some people saying it's like having a coach in your pocket. I know Coach Laura, she says, think of me as your coach in your pocket. And she pours her heart and soul into her business, growing her business, supporting her clients. And it's not very often that you get people that are going to give you so much just to help you get on your way. You know, you usually pay a lot of money to have a coach in your pocket. And that's exactly how I feel being here today. It's almost like a little coach in all you 21-day challenges pocket. So that's a little introduction, quite a long introduction. It's 11:11. We could make a wish. And I wish everything beautiful for all of you who watch, and I hope that you reach your goals by the end of the year and that you have a lot of health and happiness with Herbalife. Right, let's talk about mindset. So in my work as a coach, I have a few catchphrases, things that I tend to say on repeat. And one of them is change your mindset, change your life, because it's true. You can change one belief and your whole world changes. It's called a global belief. So let's just look at it in terms of why we're all here, like weight loss, toning, weight gain, whatever it might be. The truth is that weight loss, toning, getting healthier, it's not just about what you eat or how you move, it's actually about how you think. And you'll hear a lot of trainers now, like exercise trainers, talking about mind-muscle connection. You're working that glute. They're telling you, remember girls, mind-muscle connection. They want your mind to be on your bum as you're working it, because your mind is so powerful, and that actually helps to grow the muscle and to get better results. If you've done a 5-day challenge before, then you would have already learned about habit stacking. So how small daily habits build momentum, but what actually locks in those habits, because we can talk about habits and say, oh, I'm going to try and drink lemon water every morning, but what's actually going to lock those habits in place is your mindset. A diet is temporary. It's just a temporary thing, oh, I'm on a diet. But a mindset shift is actually what's going to create a lifestyle, because we want to make little habits that eventually become our lifestyle. Where many people I see in the 21-day challenge, this is their lifestyle. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the reframing of treats. Treats. A word I use so much. I need a treat. Oh, I'm going to get a treat. So let's look at treats and nourishment. It's a big shift, and I think it's a very helpful one. I recently had somebody come to me and talk about this, that she was trying to help someone who is obese with weight loss. And then the lady was like, oh, well, that seems like a lot of effort. And it's going to, at my size, it's going to take so much time. And that means 5 years without treats. That lady replied, actually, that's about mindset. We can shift the mindset to what a treat actually is. So it's just a simple, powerful mindset tweak. We often call certain foods treats, like a slice of cake or a beautiful pizza, or I don't know, an extra beer if you're into drinking beer. But let's think about it. Let's think about the word treat. If something leaves us bloated, sluggish, or feeling guilty afterwards, is that really treating ourselves? And I'm not saying that you can't have these things. I'm just talking about the mindset behind the word treat, and maybe a reframe that might help some of you with your goals. I think what most coaches in this community are promoting is an 80-20 lifestyle. 80% like good, healthy, whole foods, and 20% some of these naughtier kind of things. But I think that true self-care is about nourishing our bodies. It's about fueling ourselves with respect and honoring our health, because health truly is wealth. And food is not just about taste. It's not just about tradition. We shouldn't just be saying, oh, well, I need to eat this because it's delicious. But if it's hurting your body, or it's hurting the earth, or we need to think about those things, like what's important to us. I think in this space, we'll focus more on our own physical beauty and health. And there's always a way to redo things. So for example, currently I'm also doing the 21-day challenge, but I do sugar-free September. So I'm having dessert every night, but there's no sugar. I just know different ways to do things. So I made a chocolate ice cream last night with frozen bananas, cacao powder, and a splash of soy milk. And it was like a beautiful chocolate ice cream. It's called Nice Cream. And that's a way that I can eat something that's a treat. It's a treat. It really is a treat. But there's no sugar and it's good for me. So it's also treating myself nicely. There are ways that we can change some of our favorite traditions and treats to be more in alignment with who we actually are moving towards being. We need to think of food as fuel. A lot of ladies come in here and they say, oh, I don't really eat, I just drink a lot of coffee. And after 5 days, they feel like a new person because finally they're fueling their systems, even if it's just with one shake a day. Their bodies are getting the nutrients. Food is fuel. Food is also energy. You're like a car, you need petrol to go. That's what's going to give you the energy. And food is also medicine. Food can either make you very sick, if you're going to be eating badly and have bad habits, yeah, you're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. Or there are many things that are medicinal within foods, like ginger, turmeric, eating lots of lovely green things, spirulina, having enough fiber. These are all ways of seeing food as medicine. Another thing about mindset, I think that comes up, like we spoke about the obese lady who was resistant to change, is about limiting beliefs. Oh, it's going to take me too long. How do you know that? You don't know it's going to take you too long if you try a new way. But I actually have a story about limiting beliefs, my own personal story. So for most of my life, I believed that I wasn't sporty, and it came from multiple experiences in primary school with my headmaster. He was quite a bully, and I was a small, shy, kind of gentle child. And I carried that belief well into adulthood. It limited me hugely. It wasn't just about sport. It actually held me back from many things. Whenever I tried a new workout or a fitness challenge, I would quit very quickly because I would injure myself, and I couldn't understand, oh, every time I sign up, somehow I get injured. I hurt my ankle, hurt my back. Now I can't do this. It's because deep down inside I believed that I couldn't. Oh, I'm trying something new, but I didn't. It wasn't conscious that I didn't realize that I thought I wasn't sporty. But this thing that was there was preventing me from trying new things. It was preventing me from ever getting a full workout regime that I signed up to done. Just because I believed that I wasn't sporty. Then in 2018, I was living in Mumbai and I was walking around a lot. I realized whilst walking back from the gym, it used to take me 30 minutes to walk to gym and 30 minutes to walk back from gym, but I always walked. And I was walking about 14 kilometers a day. I was walking with my friend who's actually in this challenge as well. I'm very proud of her. We used to meet at a place called Joggers Park and we'd walk for an hour or two in the morning and sometimes at night as well. I'm very fast, talking, lovely, inspiring chats, talking about dreams and future. Was amazing. I love to walk. I was doing yoga every morning. I was spinning also. I was very into spinning in those days. I was spinning almost every day. And then one day walking back from spinning, I thought, hang on a minute, I'm actually very sporty. Phoebe, am actually quite sporty. Just because I don't play hockey or netball doesn't mean I'm not sporty. I am incredibly active. And it was really like a penny just dropped as I was about to cross the road. And that realization changed everything. Such a small thing about sport. It just, once I cleared that, I got rid of that, let go of, you could say, I let go of that limiting belief. My world opened. I took up badminton during the pandemic. It took me a bit of time to be able to hit that shuttlecock, but I got there and I won a match or two. I ended up being quite good. I don't know if I'd still be good, but because I was practicing all the time in the lockdown, we had a court behind our house and nobody used it and everyone was in the apartment, so we used to go down and play. It was wonderful. It was so wonderful. And that shift in mindset from I'm not sporty to I am active and capable. That's what I did. I just shifted it, that I'm active and I'm capable. It really was life changing. So in true coach form, I have a question for you. What is a limiting belief that you have around food or fitness or wellness? And is it actually true? It's really good to check ourselves, what our beliefs are and like how we're holding ourselves back. and I actually have some common weight loss mindset blocks and some reframes for you, because I know that a lot of you are here for weight loss. So I have a few. Let me just read them to you on my phone. Okay, I'm on a diet. I can't eat that. So instead of saying I'm on a diet, I can't eat that, you can say I choose to nourish my body because I respect it. How's that for a change? So it's just about changing how we talk to ourselves and the people around us and what we believe. The next one, one of my worst, healthy food is boring. I mean, what a load of nonsense. You must see my stepmother's food, the most incredible creations that she creates, and she makes such beautiful, healthy food. I mean, I make beautiful dinners every night. Every night I'm like, oh, wonderful dinner, morning, breakfast. And I eat very nicely, very healthily most of the time. So that is an absolute bunch of nonsense. Healthy food is boring. You just got to learn better ways. Instead of saying healthy food is boring, you could say healthy food gives me energy. It gives me glowing skin. It gives me confidence. Those are some things you could say. I always fail at weight loss. So instead of saying, oh, I always fail at weight loss, oh, I've tried a diet, oh, I've tried this, oh, it never works for me. Well, it's never going to work for you if you believe it's never going to work for you. Calling you out there. Instead of saying that, you need to say, or you can say, sorry, you could say, health gives me, no, wait, nothing about health. We're talking about weight loss. I jumped ahead because I had seen the next one. The next one that you can say is in the past, not now, in the past, I didn't have the right tools, but now I do. So instead of saying I always fail at weight loss, you are now going to say, in the past, I didn't have the right tools, but now I do. And you do. If you're in this community, you have the right tools. You have the coach in your pocket. You have the good products. You have the good, easy regime with snacks and shakes, and you have the tools. Go for a walk as well. If you're able to walk, go. Just get that movement in. You've got such a beautiful community to support you as well. You really have the right tools. You can do this. We just have to work on your mindset. The next one was about health. Oh, yes. I don't have time to be healthy. I mean, have you ever heard someone say, I don't have time to be healthy? I have many times. That's why I'm bringing it up. So instead, you can say, health gives me energy. Health gives me focus. Health saves me time. Health gives me energy, focus, and saves me time. That's your new reframe. This one is mostly, I would say for women, is that it is selfish to focus on myself. Instead of saying it is selfish to focus on myself, your new belief is by taking care of myself, I have more to give to others. So I hope this helped you. And then as I'm big into journaling, I have an actual program that's called the Journal Circle, and it's a 12-week program, and it's set around journaling. So I will be giving journal prompts. Get that pen and paper, write them down, or press pause so that you can take note of this. The journal prompt for this section is, wait, let me see. Okay, what's one thought that I can reframe today to support my goals? So I hope this has been helpful, this section. The next section I want to go into is about identity. Lemon water, in case you're wondering. So we're going to talk about identity shifts, becoming the person that you want to be now. I don't know how many of you have read this book called Atomic Habits. It's by a man called James Clear, which I thought was quite a nice surname for a man helping you get clear on your habits. I'm only a few chapters in, so I haven't read the whole book. I'm not even halfway through, but he gives a great example right at the beginning of the book that I wanted to share with you that I think we can put into our own context of like weight loss, health, etc. And the example was that if you imagine two people who are trying to quit smoking, and then you offer them to smoke, you go outside and you say, would you like to smoke? One is going to say, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. So that person who says, no, I'm trying to quit, they still identify as a smoker. But then the other man says, or the other lady, I can't remember, she or he says, no thanks, I don't smoke. Can you see the difference? That's about identity. So the person who is shifting into that identity, they're no longer struggling against a habit. They're not like, oh, no, I'm trying not to do that. They are becoming a person that doesn't do that, because ultimately that's the goal. They are here, they are the person that is doing that thing. They want to be this person. So they are claiming this identity now so that it's quicker to move there. And this is called identity. It helps a lot with, what do you call this now? Manifestation as well. A lot of manifestation. People talk about identity shift. So then you're not struggling against a habit, and it's the same with food and health. So if somebody offered you a donut, for example, let's say you're me and you're not eating donuts right now because it's sugar-free September. The one response I could say is, oh, sorry, I can't, I'm on a diet. Okay, let's say I was on a diet. Let's say I was on a diet, so I'm not eating fried foods, sugary fried foods at the moment. No, I can't have that donut. I'm on a diet. Now that answer is about willpower. Now again, somebody comes and says, hey Phoebe, you want to have a donut? The other response I could give is, no thank you, I don't really eat those things anymore. Can you see the difference? There I'm saying I can't. Already there's a bit of friction there for the mind, like, oh, I can't do it. It's quite heavy, it's quite hard, it's going to cause resistance. It's about, oh, I'm refusing this. But if I say, no, I don't really eat those things anymore, that is who I am. That is my identity. I am a person who doesn't eat those things, and it becomes much easier. So I have some more examples to read you that I thought I might forget, so I've got them on my notes around being healthy, that they might help you with the situation in case it's not donuts. So, okay, I'm trying to eat healthy. You must have said this, you must have heard this. So I said, no, I'm trying to eat healthy or healthily. So instead of saying I'm trying to eat healthy, you can say, I'm the kind of person who fuels my body. Now, that you could say to yourself, or you could say it out loud. You could say a simple no thank you if somebody asks you something and you don't want to sound, maybe that sounds a little bit too haughty. Now I'm the kind of person who fuels my body, but it's definitely something you can tell yourself instead of saying I'm trying to eat healthy, because if you're just trying to eat healthy, then that's all you're going to get. You're just going to try. Instead of it was about late night snacks. Hold on, I read it now. Oh, I can't eat late night snacks. So I'm saying I can't eat late night snacks. You say, oh, I'm the kind of person who goes to bed nourished and rested. See, there's a difference there. You want to be well rested. You want to be nourished. You don't want to be digesting so much stuff when you're trying to sleep. And now the next one is about weight. So instead of you guys saying, I'm trying to lose weight, instead, I want you to say, I'm a strong, fit person who takes care of my body. And you can use this as an affirmation as well. Keep telling yourself, don't say, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, or, because then that's all you're going to get. You're always going to be trying. You've got to be it. You're not going to try. Of course, we have to try, but we shouldn't verbalize that we're trying, is what I'm trying to say. So, remember, I'm a strong, fit person who takes care of my body. Journal prompt. So the journal prompt for this section is, who do I want to identify as, and what kind of person am I becoming through this challenge? I know we're almost at the end of our challenge, but it's wonderful to reflect on what's been before, I think. So just, write about it, or if you don't want to write about it, think about it. Who do I want to identify as, and what kind of person am I becoming through this challenge? I know I'm becoming the person that drinks lemon water all the time again. So I'm very happy about that. Because the shift from I'm on a diet to I'm a healthy person is actually where your transformation is really going to happen. And here's something magical that I'm going to share with you. You don't need to wait until you've lost the weight to claim that identity. You don't need to wait until you have stopped smoking for X amount of days to say that, no, I don't do that anymore, or I'm not a smoker. You can actually start living as that person today. So remember, don't need to get to your, oh, I've lost 20 kilos, 5 kilos, whatever, to become that person. You can start living in that identity right this minute. Earlier I mentioned to you that habits become your lifestyle. So I just wanted to wrap up with that, because I think it's very important when we're looking at mindset, especially in the context of this challenge where we're very focused on habits. When you repeat a habit, you're building a habit and you constantly repeat it, it's going to become second nature. Think about when you get into the car, you automatically do that. Well, I hope you do. Automatically, you would put your seatbelt on. You don't have to think about it anymore. Now I wake up, I don't have to think about it. Put on the kettle, put in the lemon, go to the bathroom, come back, pour the water, got my lemon water. It's just, I don't even have to think about it. It is now my lifestyle. So when we have habits and we repeat them, they are going to become our second nature. And when those habits align with this new identity, or a new identity, that is going to form a lifestyle. I hope that makes sense to you. So it's really good and really important to also look at our habits. What good habits do we do? Something that I focus on in one of my first sessions is, what habits do you have that are giving you energy? Because you would have something that you do even if you're in the worst place ever, and that might be, I make my bed in the morning, I go to bed at 9, whatever it is. There would be something that's giving you a little bit of energy. And then I also ask, what habits do you have that drain you? So I know that the habit that I can slip into is scrolling on Instagram, and it sucks the life force out of me. So I'm quite conscious of that now that I'm aware of it. No Instagram on Thursdays, no Instagram on Tuesdays, no Instagram after 10 at night, and no Instagram before 10 in the morning. Sometimes I fall a little bit off the wagon here and there, but for the most part, that's what keeps me strong with this thing that can suck my energy. So if we want to journal about this, you could say, what is one small habit that you could commit to daily for the next 21 days? I know we're about to finish this 21-day challenge, but if we look at the next 21 days, because they say that's how much time it takes to form a habit. I don't really know if that's true. For some people it is, some people it takes longer, but let's just say it's true. So what's one small habit that you could commit to daily for the next 21 days that's going to support the person you want to become? Something nice to think about, something nice to journal on. And I just want to encourage you to keep showing up for yourselves. The last few days, you're all doing so well, I'm sure of it. Thank you so much for coming to see my talk. And as you go through the last few days of this challenge, remember, you are not depriving yourself, you are nourishing yourself. That's a very nice mindset shift for you. You're not on a temporary diet, you're building a lifestyle. Health is wealth. I said it in the beginning, and I'm saying it again, health is wealth. It's going to give you confidence, it's going to give you energy, and it's going to give you freedom. Think about that. Confidence, energy, and freedom. What more could you want? So we have to look after our bodies. We have to take care of our health, our physical body, our mind, our mindset, our spiritual health as well. It's all encompassing. And remember, above all, my little catchphrase, you change your mindset, you change your life. I'm really honored to be here with everybody for Strong September, and I hope that we can make our next month, we're going into a new month as well as ending this challenge soon. We'll be starting October, but I really hope that all of us can continue on this great path that we've set on for these 21 days, and that we have a month of growth and strength and new beautiful transformations. Keep up the good work that all of us have been doing over these 3 weeks, and thank you to everyone who tuned in live, and a big thank you to everybody who came and watched my replay, whether you watched it at the normal speed or double speed. I appreciate your time, and I hope that you learned something new, or that something I said was helpful for you. And have a lovely rest of your day or night or morning, and goodbye.